Okay. Thank you all so much for being on tonight. I am so excited to be able to kick off June 1st with an amazing team meeting and seeing all of your beautiful faces. And I just want y'all to give yourselves a pat on the back, first of all, for showing up, for being here tonight, because I see some people at the pool. I see other people studying. I know other people at the beach. And you should applaud yourself for doing that, because I know sometimes you're like, you know what, I really don't want to do that. And I'm right there with you, right? But it's being able to have those short-term sacrifices for those long-term gains. So we're only going to take 30 minutes of your time tonight. But I was coming up with I was having a hard time coming up with what to name this team training. And so I did a summer to remember, because if you haven't already seen kind of all of the buzz on the team chats, we are going to do a 90-day run. I have done a couple of 90-day runs. Actually, probably I've done 3 90-day runs, but I've never done a 90-day run collectively as a team. All of us who are really, really wanting to do this and work our business and rank up, actually doing that 90-day run together. And so I was like, you know what? Like, why not? At the end of this 90 days, y'all, many of us are going to be in Dallas, Texas. And how incredible is it going to be able to be to walk across that stage as a elite ambassador, a bronze ambassador, a silver ambassador, a gold ambassador, a platinum ambassador, right? To be able to receive that recognition and receive that award for all of your hard work, but also all of the lives that you have changed as well. So that's why I was like, you know what, we should do this. We should do a 90-day run. It's just with our team. I know that many of y'all are in the Wave to Momentum group. This is going to kind of pair with that as well. The Wave to Momentum group is doing the 30 exposures in 30 days. This is going to be a great partnership with that as well. But this is what our bronze ambassadors here in our team are doing together. We've paired up, we've partnered up, and we are all going to do this with all of you together. So we're super, super excited about that. With summer comes excuses. And I am going to be the very first one to say that I do this. Okay. We see summer and we see, oh my goodness, like all of this free time and going to the pool and going to the beach and on vacation and this, that, and the other. And I don't have time to work this, and no one is going to have time to work this. And it's just summertime, and I'm going to wait until the time is good. Well, I'm going to be honest. If you cannot work it in the summer, the time is never going to be good, because the summer is actually when we all kind of slow down a little bit, right? Yeah, we might go on vacation, but y'all, that's just for a week, right? And so being able to really capitalize on this extra time that we have on our hands. We don't have tons of meetings and school events and sporting events and this, that, and the other. And yes, people are traveling, but like I said, it's just a week out of what, 2 months, 2.5 months. So really being able to commit to this summer. When I joined Q Sciences, it was in May of 2019. I called it May-cember because, let's just be real, it's busier than December in my opinion. I had a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, no help at home, period. Okay, I did not have a nanny, a mother's helper, nothing. My husband was working every single day out of the house, and I was starting a new business. And I remember thinking, I told Kalina, I said, I can't do this. I can't start this business. I'm just going to wait until August. And she told me, she said, Katie, if you don't start now, you're never going to start. And I was like, you know what? She's right. And I was like, okay, I was coming up with every excuse in the book, y'all. I was like, okay, well, I have to hit executive by this time. And how am I going to do that? Like, my kids are about to get out of school. They're all going to be at home. We're going on a beach trip the very first week of June. How am I going to do that? And she's like, Katie, once again, if you don't do it, you will never do it. And so I was like, okay. And so I did, y'all, for 90 days. Starting in May, I went on a 90-day run, and I'm going to explain that to y'all because I know we have lots of new people on here too, but I am going to explain that to y'all of what exactly that's going to look like, consist of, okay? So for 90 days in the summer with 4 boys at home, starting my own business, no help period, I was able to hit silver. And that was with me working 20 to 25 hours a week. And if I'm being honest, sometimes it was 30 hours a week, but I was fitting it into my day. I wasn't letting my day plan us. I was planning my day, exactly what I did yesterday. So I know many of y'all know that my family and I, we went and just kind of got away really quickly over the weekend for a quick camping trip. But as soon as I came home yesterday, I cleaned my house, like spotless. Caroline Kelly, you'd be so proud of me. And I also planned my week out. Okay. I have a calendar that is a hourly calendar every single day. Okay. I love to sleep in, y'all. Like, love it. I mean, I could sleep till like 10, 10:30, 11 if I let myself. But I am waking up every morning before 7:30. This morning, yes, it was end of the month last night. I stayed up till 1. I so could have made that excuse of, no, I'm just going to sleep in because I stayed up really late. No, my alarm went off at 7:30 and I got up because I was not going to make excuses. If I was making excuses today, then I'm going to be making excuses tomorrow and the next day. So I am planning it every single, actually it's hourly, but it's also broken into 30-minute segments. So today, wake up, worked out, shower, did an hour of IPA, income producing activity. My son had speech. I was supposed to go take my boys to get haircuts. That did not happen, but you know what? It's okay because I moved it to tomorrow. It will get done this week. If I don't get done things that were supposed to be done today, I'm moving them to the next day. Returned shoes, got birthday gifts, picked up dinner for people that I'm cooking dinner for. So I planned it every single time. I even have in here, write down and go over what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Okay. So really making sure that you are doing this every Sunday. Go ahead and fill in to the best of your ability what you can do, and then you can fill in all of the blank areas after that, if that makes sense. Kendall, I think, asked what this is. This is Erin Condren. But I think that you can actually go to Michael's and they have something very, very similar to it. That is a little bit better in price. I don't know if they have the hourly though. So, but that's what I use as Erin Condren. Okay. So, so in my opinion, I feel like the best time to be able to start a business is in the summer because we're not as busy and people have more time. And this is going to be the best time to be able to do that 90-day run. Lots of people are going to be going on vacations. Yes. But I know Caroline Kelly is at the beach right now and there's her pretty little face laying in her cute little beach bed at their little beach condo. It looks beachy too. I know there are other people on here that I'm sure are probably out of town, or I saw Lisa at the pool, things of that nature. Just being able to commit and show up. And y'all, if you don't hear a single word out of the rest of this call, is being consistent. Showing up daily in action and being consistent. There might be one day, y'all, that you fall off the wagon, and that's okay. You just make sure that you're doing it the next day. Okay. Another thing that I really use my vacation time to do is actually to network and build my network and connect with other people. Do y'all want to know, and correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody on here corrects me if I'm wrong, if you know this, but Colleen Bronitzer, I was about to say her maiden name actually, Colleen Dowell. She is the only person that was in my network when I started this industry. Yes, Katie Steinbrecher eventually became from church, but everybody else, but she became from church because I went out and I purposely met her. Okay, I made it a point to meet her. I made it a point to meet Renee Lamb from my other company. I made it a point to meet Brenda Bynum and Caroline Kelly and people of that nature. So people who have joined you, yes, some of them might be in your network, but y'all, the majority of the people that are going to join you in the future, you don't even know them yet, but you're going to change their lives. Okay, so use this time when you're on vacation to be able to connect with people. When we were out of town this weekend, we were at this place that was like a lake beach kind of a thing. There was tons of people there. And I saw these two women, and they walked out into the lake, and they had two pieces on. And they were much, much larger than me, but they were rocking it, y'all. And they had their Gucci hats on. They looked amazing. And I told Jacob, I said, those are the people that I want on my team. And he was like, what? Why? And I was like, if they have the confidence to be able to wear that and not care about what other people thought of them, that speaks volumes to me. Guess who got their names? Guess who friended them on Facebook? I went up, they had styrofoam cups in their hand. And so that's how I struck up a conversation. You couldn't bring any kind of liquor in or whatever. Clearly styrofoam cup. So I said, hey, I told my husband I needed to come over here and become friends with y'all since what you have in your cup. And she started dying laughing. And so we connected that way. Okay. It's always being able to find that common ground, that connection, and talk to them for less than 5 minutes, y'all. It's to be able to have that connection and that build that rapport with them. And then you can say, hey, I've loved talking with you. I'd love to be able to stay connected over social media. Are you on Facebook? And then you pull out your phone and you are immediately friending them on Facebook. Well, they actually did not, because I found out there was a bar inside. So I went in and got a pina colada and a margarita for my husband. Anyways, but being able in the store, y'all, the grocery store, in wherever you may be, the airport, and at the beach, just striking up conversation and being able to find that common ground at the pool. I will tell you, the majority of the people on my friends list, I have met because of networking and just reaching out there. Okay. So use your vacation time to be able to do that. Still spend time with your family on vacation, but maybe carve 1 hour while the kiddos are napping, 1 hour out of your day to get into action and to reach out and do your income producing activities. Okay, let me see here. All right, so what is a 90-day run? Okay, for those of you who are new to Q Sciences, welcome. But what a 90-day run is starting, let's say today, June 1st. We will go on what we call a run or sprinting, working very, very hard for the next 90 days until August 31st. Okay, so who can do it? Anybody can do it. Whether you are just joining and you just joined today or yesterday or last month, or whether you've been doing this for 2 years with me, or whether you've only been doing it for a few months and you might have fallen off the wagon, or maybe you are in full momentum and you're ready to continue into full momentum and help your team and all the people below you get into full momentum. Anyone can do this, whether you've been doing this for a while or whether you're just getting started. Okay. How much time is it going to take? It is up to you on how much time you have. Now, I will say, when you're doing a 90-day run, you don't want to say, okay, well, I can commit 5 hours a week to this. Y'all, a 90-day run is really, truly pushing yourself and being able to, I wish y'all could see my husband right now because he's over here to the side dancing and trying to distract me, which obviously he is. But anyways, being able to really commit and say, you know what, like, yes, I'm comfortable with 5 to 7 hours a week, but I'm going to push myself. And over the next 90 days, I'm going to commit to 10 to 15 hours a week. Okay. It could be 20, 25 hours a week. I did much more than that because I was running for a very large rank. Okay. So it kind of depends, but it also depends on how much time you feel comfortable with doing without getting burnt out. Okay. Because yes, we are here at summer and during the summer, and our kiddos are home if you have little ones still at home or grandkids or whomever. Okay. And you want to still be able to spend that time with them. So be able to work your business in the morning and spend time in the afternoon with them, or work your business in the afternoon and spend time with them in the morning, whatever is going to be able to best fit your schedule. Okay. Will you have help? Absolutely. You are going to have so much help and so much support. Being able to, what's going to happen is that all of the bronzes that we have on our team, there's many of them, which is absolutely incredible, but all of the bronzes, they are creating chats. So for instance, I know Caroline Kelly and Anna Melton and Lindsay Valentine, they are all going to be in one chat, and all of the people who are wanting to do the 90-day run on their team are going to be in that same chat, and I am going to be in it as well. Okay. Kendall and Colleen and Tracy and Nicole Gorgon, they're going to be in another chat, and everybody on their team are going to be in that chat. That's where we're going to be able to offer incentives, challenges, different things, trainings, special income producing activity time, information that is just directly related to that team. But I did ask Jacob to come up and just briefly talk for about 5 minutes about what he thought about the 90-day run, because I did just get off of one in March, at the end of March. I was trying to think. I'm starting my next one up here, June 1st. And when I started my 90-day run, I went to him on January 1 and I said, this is what I'm doing. This is how much time I'm going to take. This is what I'm going to need help and support with. Are you on? And I just want him to share his side of it, but also, like, do you feel like me spending that time and you picking up the slack, was it worth it?
Absolutely.
All right, can you hear?
But there wasn't really much slack to pick up. She made it easy for me. Oh no. So no. Okay. So 90-day runs. Yeah. So as I spoke at the Memphis Regional event, we talk about, I like interval training. So if anybody's ever done like couch to 5K, anybody, like, I can see people, so you can raise your hand. Anybody do couch to 5K? Yes, no? For those that have, okay. So couch to 5K, right? One of the things that they do is you'll run for 30 seconds and then you'll walk for 30 seconds, or you'll run for 15 seconds and walk for 15 seconds. You pick your pace, right? And then at the end of this, you're finished with your workout, right? So some people do couch to 5K, some people do couch to 10K. So you might equate, like, people going for executive might be a couch to 5K, okay? And you're basically going to say, all right, here's my interval. It's a 90-day interval. Some people that might be going for the full marathon distance, it's going to take longer distances and more time within that same time frame of 90 days. They're going to have to dedicate more time to get to that next level. But in your case, or at least in Katie's case, how we set this up was like, look, here's my 90-day interval. It's not going to be hyper focused every single hour of every single day to get to where she wanted to be. But it was very intentional when she was going to go have a meeting or engage in people or try to go after income producing activities. It was very intentional. So the mindset for me was knowing that, hey, when she's going to go do something, it's with this intent that after 90 days, we're going to be able to kind of scale back some. And it wasn't like you talk about this interval training too, where you're going to run and then you're going to walk. So after 90 days, you just don't go full to like, let's crack open a beer and sit on the sofa and eat bonbons. We're going to have to walk a little bit, right? We're still going to be intentional with our efforts, but we're not going to go that hard run for a little bit of time. We're going to recover. We're going to go clean up, maybe some of the loose ends that we had. And then we're going to go right back after it again after a set period of time. And you're going to go for the next big distance, right? The next 90 days. So that's how it's worked out for us. And one of the things that I think about too is we talk about making bread, right? So making bread, you got to pour all these ingredients in there and you got to pound the dough and you got to knead it and you got to work it. And then when you're done, you got to stick it in a bowl, cover it up and let it rest, right? So if you're not into a couch to 5K, maybe you're a bread maker and you can use that same analogy where it's like, hey, we're going to put in the work and then we're going to let it rest. And when it rests, it rises and it gets to the next phase. And then you got to work it again. And then before you stick it in the oven, you got to let it rise again. So think of it all that way. And you can pull it off. It's really not hard. Sorry.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
I know, he has really good analogies. Maybe I should just let him do trainings.
I can floss too.
Oh, he can floss. That's what he was doing to the side. It wasn't very good. No, I'm joking. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted y'all to kind of hear just a different perspective on it, because y'all really and truly, like, it sounds like, oh my goodness, so daunting, but it's not. And just look at, we did have 45, but 45 participants on here who are wanting to do this. Okay, people who are going to be cheering you on and with you every step of the way. But like I said earlier, consistency is the key. There are going to be times where you might fall, but it's okay. You just get right back up and you keep on doing it, and let us help you. There are so many people on this team who are willing to help and to pour into you and do all of the things to help you with being successful. Because that's what this is all about, y'all, is being able to empower other individuals to do what we are doing. And you are going to be bringing on people and doing the same exact thing with them as well. So I am asking for all of y'all that are on right now, who is ready to commit to a 90-day run? Who is ready to give it their all and to take it to that next level? Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your dreams, and dreams when you were little, your dreams now, but also do it for your future team members. Those people who are waiting for you to ask them the question and invite them to join you. Those people who are looking for hope and needing a change in their life. Do it for them as well. Okay, so I mentioned for everybody to bring their goals and to bring their planners. I am going to kind of give you guys a brief scenario. What is going to happen next is we have from now until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow night that I need you to send your goals. Where do you want to be at the end of the 90 days? So August 31st, as well as your plan. And I'm going to lay out a plan here, kind of like a scenario for you guys to be able to do this over the next, 22 and a half hours. Okay. Send that information to your closest bronze ambassador. And then tomorrow night, what they're going to do is they're going to send you the details for the call tomorrow night with Tara Truax. She is only doing this for our team. This is a one-time call. Okay. And she is going to go over limiting beliefs. This is what was a game changer for me, y'all. This is how I was able to hit platinum. I got out of my own way. All right. She helped me do that by walking me through how to find what was holding me back and how to let go of them. I know some of you guys have heard this before, but I am telling you, the more you hear it, the better it is. Okay. And if you can be on live with her, it's even better. I'm just telling you, there's something about watching a live version of it than watching a replay of it. Okay. So that's tomorrow night at 8 Central Standard Time. Until you send your bronze, your goals, as well as the plan of how to get there, then they are not going to send you the Zoom information. Okay. Once you send it in, they will then send you that Zoom information, that link. Okay. So here's the scenario. Okay. I'm just saying this because it can be anything, right? It could be you just getting started. It could be you, and right now you're at executive, or you may not even be holding executive, and that's okay, y'all. Okay. That's one thing that Jake Spencer always talks about. You're going to go on a 90-day run, and let's say you hit gold. Okay. Sometimes you're going to fall backwards in rank, and that's okay, y'all. This is the nature of any business. Apple does not go straight up just like this. Google does not go straight up just like this, and neither does our business. It has dips, it has ebbs and flows. So knowing that, yes, you might get to that rank, but sometimes you're going to fall back, and it's okay. You just keep going and doing the work and staying in phase one, and you will continue to rise and solidify that rank and go on to the next rank. Okay. What Jake always says is when you hit a rank, so if somebody is going for gold, okay, aiming for gold on a 90-day run and hitting it at the end of that 90 days, yes, you're hitting gold, but even if you fall back, you've actually solidified silver. And you probably were not even silver at that point in time either. Okay, so keeping that in mind, all right? Okay, so we're working week to week. Remember, we're doing work week to week now. We get weekly pay, okay? I want y'all to set your goals of where you want to be June 4th, June 11th, 18th, 25th, and then the 30th, which is the last day of the month. Then we're going to do July 2nd. Okay. July 2nd, you should actually be where you were on June 4th or further ahead. If you really truly are, because you want to be tracking these to where you are hitting and blowing past those times or those dates the month before. Does that make sense? So like if on June 4th, you were a pro ambassador, on July 2nd, you want to be aiming to be a pro ambassador and be that pro rank. Does that make sense? Okay. So July 2nd, July 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. August 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th, and 31st. And remembering, if you are hitting executive on June 4th, you're getting a $250 paycheck on June 11th. If on June 11th, you're hitting elite, you're getting a $500 paycheck on June 18th. Okay. All right. So let's just say somebody is a bronze ambassador right now. Okay. And they are wanting to be a silver ambassador by the end of August 31st, end of the 90 days. Okay. That's 25,000 in organizational volume, but it's being able to say 10,000 in one leg, 10,000 in another, 5,000 in another. Okay. Those people who are running from bronze to silver need to be working at least 20 to 25 hours a week. By June 18th, they should be hitting bronze. They should be a bronze ambassador by June 18th if they are already bronze. That means if they are normally hitting bronze by the very skin of their teeth at the very end of the month, they need to be putting it into high gear right now and recruiting a bunch of new people and getting those new people started and well onto their way to executive. Okay. By the 30th of June, they should have 15,000 in organizational volume. By July 16th, they should have 15,000 already in organizational volume. Their auto ships ran on the 15th of July. They should have that 15,000 already. And I see a lot of people kind of like glazed over and possibly confused because I was doing week to week. I'm just trying to give you like breakdowns of where people should be at certain areas of their business. Okay. You can fill in the weekly gaps if that makes sense. Okay. So by the 30th, the last day of the month in July, you're at 22,000 in organizational volume to where you are 100% for sure at the end of August, actually blowing past that 25,000. You have to think of attrition. People not reordering the next month, right? People, yes, bringing on a bunch of people and helping your team bring on a bunch of people, but also some people who are not reordering as well. Okay, if you have questions about this, reach out to your closest bronze ambassador or higher, and they can help you with breaking down where you need to be. For all of you bronze, there's a freebie. If you want to stay on after, because I don't want to take too much more time, because I said 30 minutes, and I'll go over where you should be for executive and elite, I'm happy to do that. Okay. Okay. So I already mentioned you're going to be put in a chat with your closest bronze leaders. There's going to be incentives, challenges, even possibly weekly trainings outside of our team trainings, as well as different income producing activity hours that they might be doing throughout the week. Okay, so that will all be established after the call tomorrow night, once we receive all of y'all's goals and your plans and whatever else might be happening. Y'all, just knowing this is not going to be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it when you're making that $4,000 a month paycheck, when you're making that $1,700 a month paycheck, that $750 a month paycheck, and all of the bonuses, the $8,000 a month paycheck, the $15,000, whatever rank you were running for. Okay. When I was running, I will tell you, the only reason why I kept pushing is because I knew I had a team behind me that was looking up to me, that was helping me push. Y'all were rallying around me. Look at all of these people on here right now who we are all going to be rallying around one another. But I also had a mentor who was telling me I could do it. I had a husband who I got him on board. And I'm just going to tell y'all, for any of y'all who have husbands that might not be 100% on board yet, I promise you, if you show them that you're in it and that you are doing it and you show them the money, they will be all in. Because that man right there, he was not. He was like, no, we're not doing this again. I pretty much had to beg him. But I showed him. I showed him I could do it. I proved that I could do it. It was not easy. It was hard. I pushed myself. I cried a lot, but it was 100% worth it. And I was thinking earlier today, you know what? Like, sometimes I do, like, we all get stressed, right? And over the weekend, I just needed to unplug. Like, I needed to just let go, unplug, not have like tons of messages. I wasn't answering messages really. And it felt amazing to be able to do that. And I sat and I think, but what has this allowed us to do? I am doing everything that my very first why of joining this, it's all happened because I have worked my tail off. And because I have an absolutely incredible team of individuals that we've built this together. I've been able to put my kids in competitive sports. I've been able to get hitting lessons for them. My son, who has all kinds of language and speech issues, he has somebody coming in once a week to our house and helping him. Twice a week at school. And that's stuff that our insurance doesn't pay for. It's out of our pocket. We're able to travel and do all kinds of things. And I was sitting there kind of like stressing a little bit about all the money that's like coming out for all of this stuff. But then I said, what a blessing it is that we have that now because of this hard work. So I'm telling y'all, it is worth it. And I know that if you stick it out and you keep going and pushing yourself, and when you want to quit, you come to me. You come to your bronze ambassador and you let us help you, give you belief, and give you that power to be able to push forward. Okay, our next Tuesday, we have Brooke Smith coming on. And she is going to be talking to us about being confident, because y'all, like, I'm being honest, if you don't have confidence in yourself and in what you're doing here, it's going to be hard to be successful. We all get in ruts. people are always like, oh my gosh, you have the most confidence. I don't. I really don't. The people who are closest to me here on this call, they know I don't. But I'm working on it and it's getting easier. And you want to know who the person was that helped me get out of that? It was Brooke Smith. So I want y'all to hear from her. I know many of y'all already have, but I need to hear from her again as well. So that's what's going to be happening next Tuesday. Really quick, I'm going to leave you guys with this last little bit, and then whoever wants to get off, you can get off. If you need help with figuring out executive and elite, y'all can stay on. But falling down is on accident, but staying down and not getting back up, that's a choice. That's a choice that you make. So keep that in mind, okay? Thank you all so much for hopping on tonight. I am going to keep recording though, so I can help anybody that might need help. Okay, so let's talk executive. Okay, if you are currently an executive ambassador, and let's say, this is what I want y'all to do actually, to make it easier. Executive to bronze, okay. Is there anybody on here that's executive to elite? If so, put it in the chat and I will also cover that as well. But let's do, okay, so Summer, let's do executive to elite first. And I don't have this written down, so y'all are gonna have to like forgive me if I have to pause and kind of think about this, okay? Alrighty, so elite, you're already executive, you want to be elite by the end of the 31st of August. So what that's going to look like is being able to hit executive again by June 18th. So what might that look like? You need to be hitting builder by June 4th. Pro by the 11th, if not before. To where you're hitting executive on the 18th. Executive is 1,500 to where by the 30th, you are ending your month about 2,000 in volume. Now, you can't have 1,500 in one leg. I mean, I guess you can, but you want to try to be as balanced as possible. So if you did have 1,500 in one leg and 500 in another, then you really need to be working on that leg, that little leg, and that's where you're adding your people to be able to build that leg up as well. Does that make sense? Okay. So July 2nd, same thing. You need to be builder by July 2nd, which is 300. Pro by the 9th. Executive by the 16th. And I would say $3,000 in organizational volume by the 30th. If not high, like 3,000 to 3,500. These are just kind of estimates of what I think is practical. And that way we're making sure we're setting you up for success for the next month, okay? So August 6th, you need to be pro by August 6th. You need to be executive by the 13th. you need to be by the 20th, I would say 2250, 2,250 in organizational volume. The 27th, you need to be at, hold on, 4,000. To where by the 31st, you're at 4,500. How many hours? You should be doing 10 to 15 hours a week of income producing activity. I would say a good 7 hours spent in action, meaning you are building relationships online, you are reaching out to people, you are asking the question, you're following up. That is that very purposeful action time. The rest of the time, I would say be doing three-way calls, three-way chats, the team trainings, which everybody should be getting on as well, because over this next 90 days, that's what we're going to be focusing on, is things that are going to help get you there. Okay, so those team trainings, I would say that's not going to be counted in your 10 to 15 hours. Okay. All right. Let's see. Executive to bronze by convention. Okay. Let's see. So if you're already executive, you want to be bronze, you need to be builder by the 4th, pro. Actually, I would say, yeah, you should be past builder by the 4th. By the 11th, you should be really close to hitting executive, to where on the 15th, and I know that's not a Friday, but the 15th, when auto ships run, you should already be executive. Okay. On the 18th, you should be, sorry, y'all, this is like starting to make my brain like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the 30th. By the 30th, you need to have 3,000 in organizational volume, so you can figure out what you need to be on the 18th to the 25th. Okay. You should be ending the month of June with 3,000, pretty much doubling. But with all of the people that you've brought on last month, Nicolette, helping all of them hit executive or pro, I mean, it will be so easy to be able to do that. Okay, I've already talked to Brenda, and being able to help each of them get their 2 ambassadors and 3 customers, and then helping them duplicate the same thing down, it will be super simple. Okay. July 2nd, yeah, so in July, you need to be builder by the 2nd. You should be halfway to executive, I would say, by the 9th. To where by the 16th, you are at, let's see here, 3,000 in organizational volume. The 23rd, you're at 4,000. And the 30th, you were actually at like 5,000 to 5,500. Because you want, like, if you guys, like, if you hit the rank that you want to hit that month, you don't stop. Like, let's say you hit it on the 25th. You keep pushing until the very, very end. Okay, last night I was up until 1 o'clock this morning. I wasn't pushing for a rank, but I was helping other individuals on our team do that, hit ranks, sail past their ranks, whatever it may be, to where it could set them up for success this month. Okay. So August 6th, you actually already probably need to be at executive by that point in time. The 13th, you should be super close to bronze. To elite. To where on the 15th, you are hitting elite and sailing past it. Because remember, if you have all these people that are coming on and you're bringing on new people at the beginning of each month as well, you should be sailing past where you ended the previous month on the 15th. Does that make sense? Because you have all those auto ships running. Yes, you have some attrition that goes on, but you bring on so many more new people at the beginning of the month. Okay. So by the 31st of August, you're hitting bronze. So you can do the math on where you need to be on the 20th and 27th. And y'all should be putting this down on your calendar every single day. Every single Friday, where you need to be in order to hit which rank. Okay. All right. Elite. Is anybody trying to hit elite to bronze? I will say, if you're going for bronze, you need to be spending for sure 15 hours a week, if not more, on this. Okay. If you're going for silver, you need to be spending for sure 25 hours a week, if not 30. Okay, so Melissa, yours would be the same thing, like hitting, it's just having to bring on a bunch of new people in the very beginning of June, having to recruit a bunch of new people to where you are hitting bronze by the 18th of June. And then it's still that same, like I mentioned, the very first scenario I gave. And if you need me to go over that again, just send me a message and I'll repeat it for you. Okay, people who are going from elite to bronze. Okay, this is, you are going to be hitting, if you have maintained elite, let's say that, okay, if you have maintained elite, and even if you haven't maintained elite, you are still hitting elite by the 25th of June. You are pushing as hard as you can to end the month of June with, let's say 5,000 to 5,500 in volume. Okay. You recruit a bunch of new people at the beginning of July. Your team does. You are getting them trained and going. So by the 16th of July, you're already sitting at that 5,500. And by the 30th of July, you're at 7,500. I'm not breaking it down week to week right now, just because y'all can go back in and kind of y'all can determine that math and fill in the gaps. So by the 15th of August, once auto ships run, you need to be at that 7,500. And you have the second half of the month to go from 7,500 to 10,000. And I know that that sounds daunting to y'all, but I'm going to tell you, you have so many people that are going to be on your team that you are going to be helping those newest people hit executive. You're going to be helping your people who are in this 90-day run also hit their ranks as well, let's say elite or whatever it may be, to where really, truly, like, it can happen. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it will be so worth it, especially being able to walk across that stage in September and receive your, you receive a plaque as a bronze ambassador, and that's huge. So are there any other ones? I think I answered all of them. If I did not, let me know. Melissa, I'll call you. We'll go over it again. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.